Okay, sorry about that, friends. Yeah. Okay. Once again, thank you all for joining this 21-day sessions. Welcome all of you. So from today, we are going to discuss about one of the great masters book, Karma, the Reincarnation and Reincarnation. Let me share my screen. Okay, hope you are able to see my screen. Yeah. So,
Yes.
Tarkom Serai is one of the great masters, and he has written more than 100 books. All are excellent books, actually. So we recommend everyone to go through the books if you have any possibility. So from today, we are going to discuss about this karma and reincarnation. So we'll see how much we can cover in this 21-day sessions, because it is a very vast subject. We may not be able to cover whole thing, but we'll see how much we can cover. Yeah. So what Tarkum's Rider's master is saying is that karma is nothing but nature's response or reaction towards our actions. Okay, so basically karma is whatever we do, it creates karma, every action. Okay, so how do we know that whatever the things we are doing are we doing in the right way or wrong way? Okay, so there won't be, every time there won't be a person who will tell us what we are doing is right or what we are doing is wrong, right? Whether it is aligned with the nature, whether it is aligned with the universal principles, whether it is aligned with our soul purpose, right? So we don't have all this information right now, or all this wisdom, knowledge, or that much awareness. We are in the path of evolution, all of us, isn't it? So we do our actions based upon our understanding, our own analysis, our own thinking, our own habits, or our own uh, understanding, right? So there is this law of karma which will take care of things, what we are doing, to bring that into balance. Okay, so there are many definitions we can give to karma. We can understand the karma that we will, while going through the sessions, we will understand how we can see karma in different perspectives, different angles. Okay, so each and every action has 4 different types of actions. Okay, so whatever we do physically, and whatever we do mentally, whatever we do emotionally, and whatever we do morally. So all these different types of actions have different types of karma associated with them. So each and every karma affects all these layers. Okay. So if you are doing something physically, it doesn't mean that it will affect you only physically. It affects all the layers. Okay. So physically, mentally, emotionally, and morally. So all these aspects we need to think when we're doing anything. Okay. So each and everything is connected. We think that all are different. No, all are connected only. Okay. And most of the times, if you see, we are habituated to reacting rather than responding. That's why we create more and more karma without knowing, without thinking, without analyzing, without understanding, without having any compassion, without having love. right? We react. We tend to react. That is how we are actually. The way we grown up, the way we evolved from our childhood, the way we communicate, the way we express, everything affects us. Okay. So based upon how we are reacting or how we are responding, we can limit karma effect upon us. Okay. That is one of the thing. Okay. It's not just one thing. It is one of the thing. So we need to cultivate a habit of responding to things rather than reacting in any given situation. So most of the times, if anything is in favor of us, we feel very happy. During that time, we think and we respond. But whereas when we are getting triggered by someone or some action or some incident, some scenario, some horrible situation, or some unfavorable conditions, we tend to react more often, isn't it? So that is when we create more and more karma. So this is very, very important. So we need to cultivate this habit of responding to each and everything that we are facing in our lives. When we do things with kind-hearted, then we bring happiness into our lives. Okay. The more and more kindness you show in your action, in your thinking, in your speech, in your deeds, in your feelings, in your emotions, then you will create a better life, a happiest life. Okay. So when we are doing things, every time we keep saying that I have done this much, I have done that much, or I have done so much to that person, so much to this person, or I have done this much and no one is recognizing. All this kind of blah blah things, isn't it? The important thing we need to understand here is it's not about what we are doing, it's about how we are doing. What is our intention behind it, or what is our moral behind it, motive behind it, what is our inner senses, how we are feeling in the inner when we are doing those things. That is important. You may be saying that I have done this much good to the whole society, but I haven't been recognized, or people still treat me in a bad way, or I am still getting some very bad things happening in my life. Isn't it? This keeps happening. Why? Because we just focus on what we are doing, but how we are doing is important. So while we are doing those things, how we are doing, how we are inside, what is our intention behind it? What is our motive behind it? Is it something that we are expecting from our action? Something expecting from that action? Are we doing it out of love, out of respect? So all this comes into picture. And we used to this one, right? When anyone is going through so much in their life, we say that it is their karma. We may be thinking that they have done so much wrong, that's why they are going through this much. It has to happen like that. So we can't judge someone by just looking at what is going through right now. It need not be always something you have done very badly, very worse things in the past. That's why you are going through karma. There are multiple aspects to understand this. So one aspect is you have done something wrong. So to correct that, to bring that into balance, one has to go through karma. Another one is to learn something new for your future purpose, or for your future action, or for your future vision, or to bring something great into this world. Somebody takes a great karma into their lives. So it need not be always that something they have done something wrong in their past life, or in some time back. That's why they are going through that. No, we can't say that. We can't be 100% sure of that. Only the respective soul knows exactly why it is going through that much pain, that much suffering, or that much karma they are going through, that much bad phase they are going through, or the worst phase. So again, this bad phase, worst phase, this is based upon our understanding, right? We cannot say this is a bad phase or worst phase. Okay. If I have to give an example for this one, maybe 6-7 years back, I was going through a phase in my lifetime. Okay. I was in a depression state, okay, during that particular phase. Okay. But during that time, I may not be able to understand that one. Okay, I was going through that phase. I may be thinking it is a bad phase, it is a worst phase. But after 10 years or 5 years, if you look back and see, that is the one phase that has transformed you into something better, something beautiful, right? So it depends upon what one person is going through and how one is evolving from that particular situation, from that particular phase. So we cannot completely judge a person by what they are going through. We cannot simply say it is their karma. We don't even understand what we are going through, how we are feeling inside, or what kind of wounds we are having inside, or what we have done in our past lives, or what we are doing right now. Or what we may be thinking that we are doing right, but it may not be right. So judging others is easy. Okay. So it is very, very important whenever we are doing things, what is our intention behind that? What is our motive behind it? That shapes our karma. That creates our karma. Okay. And we are used to this good and bad thing actually in our physical world. That is how we were trained from our childhood, from our education, from our society to see something good or something bad. We have to be with the good and we have to be away from the bad. We should not entertain bad people, or we should not be doing friendship with bad people. Right? So there is nothing called good and bad. It is just that our opinion towards that particular action, we treat that something is good or something is bad. A particular kind of action is needed for one particular person to transform his life, to transform their life from one state to another state. So everybody don't learn things the same way. Somebody learns through a smooth way, smooth curve, whereas others cannot learn in a smooth way. They have to go through the ups and downs. Then only they will realize, they will understand, and they will change themselves. So each and everything is necessary. There are only two things, right or wrong thing. There is no good and bad actually. This is how we cultivated something into our society here in this physical world. Okay. So we need to understand what is the righteous thing to do or what is the not righteous thing to do. Okay. So if somebody is showing themselves as good with their looks, with their action, doesn't mean that they are good actually. They may be cunning inside. Who knows? So we may be deceived by the looks. Okay. So we cannot say that whoever is looking good, whoever is doing good things may not be good actually. Or whoever is appearing as bad by their looks or by their actions may not be bad either. Okay. So each and every person has a good quality and bad quality, righteous quality and wrong quality. So each and everyone has to work upon themselves to transform their bad things into good things, the wrong things into right things. So we need to entertain that righteous things in each and everyone. If we encounter a person who is not doing right things, we should not hate them just because they are doing something wrong. They still have something in them which is really right, which is really good, which we can pick up, which we may not be good at actually. So we need to try to find something good in each and everyone. It's not that something bad that we need to look at. That is what we were trained, we are used to. So it is very, very important for us to understand, friends. And karma, we think it is a punishment from childhood or from our parents or from society. We might have heard this one as saying that karma is a punishment. It is a very worst thing to go through. No, not at all. Karma is the best thing that happens to anyone. Because in this soul journey, in this physical world, we have number of levels to cross through, to evolve through. Because when we come to this planet Earth, we come as an infant soul. There are a number of stages we have to evolve through. So until we reach that final state, until we become that divine state, we have to go through so much. We learn things by doing things in a wrong way, then we know what is the right way to do. Only when we do things in a wrong way, then only we know how we can make it right. Without doing wrong, we cannot become or we cannot understand what is right. So it is a process of evolution. So when something is wrong happening, we may be thinking it is very worst thing to happen. We treat them as very worst people, very bad people. But we need to understand this whole process actually. So without understanding this whole process, we interpret the situations, the experiences, the circumstances, the people, everything with our own understanding, with our own limitations, with our own opinions. And we create more and more karma out of it again. Okay. So that's why it is very, very important for all of us to understand karma is not a punishment. Okay. So karma is there to help us actually. Some time back we have done something wrong to someone else by knowingly or not knowingly. So we need to balance that actually. So the life here on this earth is all about balancing it. That is why karma is there, law of karma, to bring life to balance. Okay. Because the pain that you have given to others, you don't know the effect of it, the effect on the others, how much pain, how much trouble, how much suffering that has caused to others. Unless you experience it by yourselves, unless otherwise you go through it by yourselves, you will not know the impact of it, isn't it? Somebody is killing someone, so they don't know the value of life. If he has known that value of life, he will never do that activity at all, isn't it? He doesn't know the value of life. So he just killed it for his own purpose, whatever might be the reasons. So one person lost their life. It's not just that one person getting affected, isn't it? The family associated with him, with that person, will get affected. And the people surrounding him, the society surrounding him, will get affected. Right? So each and everything has so much to understand. So we keep complaining about life. We keep blaming others. We keep pushing others away. We keep pushing all the negative things, all the bad things in a selfish way. When we are selfish, we keep doing all these things. Of course, this is as long as we don't evolve, this happens. But how we can evolve is when we experience the same thing by ourselves. That's why characters will be interchanged next time. So there will be some certain kind of situation comes. That is whenever the right moment comes, you'll be again placed again into the same situation. Somebody will stab you. Somebody will try to kill you. Then you will realize the pain of it. Or you have to take the compensation, whatever you have done for. So you have done some destruction, some damage to others. So you need to compensate it with something to balance it. So karma is all about this bringing that balance into each and everyone's lives. You may have done something knowingly or unknowingly, right? So you don't know. Whatever you are going through right now, you don't know. And you keep blaming others. You keep blaming the personality. You keep blaming your parents, your friends, or your enemies, whomever it is, or life itself. Because we were never told all these things. We were never educated these things. In our education, we were never told about this spiritual science. So we don't know how to live life, how to understand life, how to look at life, how to perceive the life. So it is very, very important, friends, for all of us to understand karma is not a punishment. It is not here to punish us. It is here to help us. It is here to understand the effects of our thoughts, effects of our actions, effects of our speech, effects of our deeds. So unless we don't understand what is the effect we are creating with our thoughts, with our words, with our feelings, with our emotions, with our actions, we will not be able to act in a righteous way. We will not be able to align ourselves with the nature. We will not be able to align to the universal principles. We will not be able to align to the universe. We will not become oneness at all. So it is very, very important for all of us to understand all these things. What effect I am causing with my thoughts, with my words, with my deeds, with my feelings, with my emotions. You may be thinking that, okay, I am the only person thinking. Who else get affected? Nobody is going to know about my thoughts. Of course, nobody will be able to understand your thoughts. But those thoughts are getting released into this universe. And they are traveling continuously with a certain frequency, with a certain vibration. It affects the respective people who are resonating with that particular vibration, with that particular frequency. It may amplify their fears. It may amplify their struggles. It may amplify their doubts. You may not be knowing. So So much we need to understand about these things, friends. So we think that each and everything is different. No, each and everything is connected. We need to understand how each and everything is connected. In our mind, we may be thinking n number of thoughts, but we may be thinking nobody is knowing my thoughts, so I can think whatever I want. But because of your thoughts, if you are thinking a harmful thought, if you are thinking a negative thought, if you are thinking a selfish thoughts or evil thoughts, those will affect the respective people in this world. And in turn, it will affect you also. It may not be immediate, but over the time, maybe not in this lifetime, in the next lifetime, or after 10 lifetimes, whenever the right time comes, that hits you back again. Because whatever you have given, you should be getting back again. Because if somebody is giving you 100 rupees, you need to give it back again, isn't it? Same with each and everything. If you are doing anything physically, it will be given back to you. If you are doing anything mentally, it will be given back to you. If you are doing anything emotionally, it will be given back to you. So in all the layers, as we already discussed, right? So each and everything affects each and every layer. So in whatever layer you are doing all these different karmas, it will affect all the layers of yourself, either in a positive way or in a negative way. So that's why we need to be aware of our thoughts, aware of our words, aware of our deeds, aware of our feelings, emotions. Again, there is one more beautiful explanation, a beautiful definition given in this book actually. Awareness is not just about being aware of your thoughts, your words, your deeds. Being aware of effects of those thoughts, effects of those words, effects of those actions. You should be in a position such a way that by thinking about this thought, how this thought will affect others. You should be aware in that level actually. That's what beautifully explained by Tarkum Sridhar. Okay, friends, we'll pause the session today here. We'll continue tomorrow. So if anyone have any questions, clarifications, or anything to share, you can share. Thank you.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, madam. Your voice is very low.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Hello.
It is still very low.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah, better. Yeah, tell me.
So even though our thoughts create that karma, if you are not thinking anything like wrong about others, can it create a bad karma?
Okay, you are asking that if you are not thinking any bad things, will it create a bad karma?
No, if we are thinking anything bad about someone,
Okay.
it's a bad karma.
Okay, if you are not thinking anything bad about anyone, it still creates karma. Okay, but it depends upon whether it is affecting anything else. Okay, it's not just about a person. What I actually mean is, whatever we are thinking, it should not cause any harm, any trouble, any disturbance to any other being in this world. Okay, so we have to make sure that our thoughts are that much pure, that much peaceful, that much joyful. Those should bring happiness, joy into this world. So our thoughts should be in that way. So it's not just about that, okay, I'm not thinking about something that causes bad to someone. But if it is causing or it is bringing some disturbance to the universal principles, then that also causes bad karma. Is that answer your question, madam?
Thank you, sir. Got it.
Okay, thank you. Masters, anyone have anything to share? Okay, Radhika madam asked about the PDF. Sorry, madam, we don't have a PDF for this book actually. Not just this book. Any of the Tarkam Saradaran books, I didn't find any PDFs actually. So I have a book actually. So with that, I'm preparing the slides. You can get it from, I think, Amazon. Thank you, Daksha madam. Okay, masters, if no one has any questions, yeah, then thank you all for joining these sessions, and we'll connect again tomorrow, same time at 9 p.m. Thank you all. Happy night.